Heather here at LARRS. Today we are talking about Miss Gina. She is an Egyptian Uromastyx. If you guys are interested in learning more about these awesome reptiles, definitely stay tuned and remember to hit that subscribe button. I have my friend Gina here with us today. She is an Egyptian Uromastyx and she is from exactly what her name says. She is from Egypt. These guys like it super duper hot, so if you're going to consider keeping one of these guys, you definitely want to have an enclosure that you're going to be able to achieve temperatures of about 125 degrees in the basking area. Now she is very anxious right now because she sees that I picked a lot of greens for her. So she's a very healthy girl. She is approximately 17 years old. These guys do have teeth, but they're really, really small little teeth. And this is exactly how they're going to attack plants in the wild. They are going to go ahead and just rip shreds off of those plants. You can see she is very, very healthy and active. One of the things that's cool about Gina here, and it's typical for Egyptian Uromastyx, the females lay eggs every year. And of course they are unfertilized eggs, and so they don't have any babies in them, so we just go ahead and throw them out. But it is a natural part of what they do every single year. Oh, you're such a hungry girl. Gina is an absolute tank at this time of year because she is eating absolutely everything because she is growing those eggs in her belly. You guys can see she's got a super duper fat belly. That's where she is getting ready to lay all of those eggs. These guys like digging and burrowing when they are ready to lay eggs. She is definitely feisty today. So you can think of it right now like Gina is making eggs in her body, and so she is eating for, you know, about 15 right now. Typically in a clutch, these guys, depending on their age, can lay anywhere between 10 and 20 eggs in their clutch. These guys in captivity do live to be approximately 30 years old. So when you're considering that, she's not that old. She's got a lot of years left to live. Yeah, it's right here. Oh! She is super duper excited to be eating. Now, one of the cool things about Egyptian Uromastyx is actually their body. I love their little bodies. They have kind of the head of a tortoise. They have bodies similar to that of a bearded dragon in shape. And then they have these really, really spiny tails. So the reason why they have those spiny tails is because out in the wild, these guys are prey animals. And so their main predator is birds. And what they do if a bird comes in to swoop down to try to get at these guys, they will go ahead and they will whip this super spiny tail and try to get away from the bird. Much like bearded dragons who also come from kind of a dry, deserty sort of area, these guys have ears that are kind of tucked in on their side. And there is a thin membrane in there to keep dirt and sand out of there. I'm gonna zoom in and show you guys her cute little pumpkin face right now. So I like these guys because they definitely have a really nice little smile. She is eyeing up the rest of the greens that I have for her. Now, if you're looking at Uromastyx, they actually come from a little bit of everywhere. So there are actually 15 species of different Uromastyx in the wild. So Gina just happens to be one of the desert dwelling species. But a lot of these guys, if you look it up, super cool, super fun, really easy to care for if you get their setup right. Just like any desert dwelling animal, these guys need that beneficial UVB, and they need to have something that has those strong desert rays so that it can help them to maintain really good, healthy bones and a healthy amount of calcium in their body. So take a look at her awesome body here. Now you can't see scales like you see a lot of scales on like bearded dragons. They have kind of pointy scales. So she does have scales on her body. They all point backwards. So when we're touching Gina and when we're using Gina in our educational presentations, we always like to tell everybody to pet her down her back. That is what she prefers. So kind of think of it like a dog or a cat. If you are petting them backwards on their head because all their fur goes this way, a lot of dogs and cats are going to be uncomfortable, and it's really the same thing when you're dealing with reptiles as well. Gina was very fortunate to be handled frequently in her previous home, so she is a super nice girl, and she is an awesome ambassador and educational animal for the rescue. Would you like some more? Don't get too excited and fall down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, rip it apart. Oh, you are so close to my face right now. Because Gina is an herbivore, the only way that she is going to end up getting a nip at me is if my fingers get in the way of her food, which right now she is super excited about eating all of these dandelion greens. So I have to make sure that I am keeping my fingers back as she is mowing down on this stuff. A way that we supplement the fat that they need for their bodies is to provide birdseed. And you can actually do that as long as it is all natural seed, things that they would be able to find in the wild. These guys really like to forage for a lot of different greens and a lot of different seeds. So you can see that she is a really healthy, active girl. This is exactly what we want to see for an Egyptian Uromastyx. As far as behavior, she's got her head up, she's not feeling bad. If you ever notice any kind of lethargy in a Uromastyx, chances are that something is going on inside. So these guys are susceptible to parasites and things like that, just the same as bearded dragons. And so you'll definitely want to get them to a qualified herpetological veterinarian. You guys might notice about Gina's back here that she has a little bit of scarring on her back. That is actually a burn scar. These guys like it so hot that if you're using the wrong type of bulb for them and you're using a bulb that's going to concentrate that heat down onto their body, you do have the possibility of creating a burn because these guys like it hot. They won't move away from that. But for these guys, we don't actually recommend anything like a mini halogen dome because it really, those fixtures, they really focus that heat down in one part. So we do recommend a traditional fixture with a 100 or 150 watt bulb. Of course, you're going to have to measure the temperature and make sure that you're able to move that light up and down so that you achieve the perfect temperature in the basking spot. Hello. One of the things that we've been working with Gina on since she got surrendered to us last year is making sure that we're increasing her hydration. You can see there's a little bit of depletion of her tail. Now, a lot of that is because she's getting ready to lay eggs, but we also want to make sure that she is staying very hydrated. Even being a desert animal, it's really important for these guys to have enough hydration. So we give her baths regularly, and we're making sure to feed a lot of good leafy greens that are also a little bit higher in moisture content so that she is getting that essential water that she needs in her diet. Just as any other reptile, when you are handling your reptiles like bearded dragons, Uromastyx, iguanas, the more that you can support their body, the easier it's going to be to handle them. So you guys will notice her butt is nice and supported on my wrist here, and she is supported underneath of her shoulders, and so she's really calm right now. She's just chilling out, and it looks like she might even be getting ready for a nap after all the greens we just fed her. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today. And as always, if you have any questions or you need to reach out, you can always reach us on our Facebook page or you can send us an email. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.